inhabitants of YouTube. I am glad to see you on my channel, John KLYUKER. Sometimes I prepare all sorts of goodies here. I try to come up with my own recipes. And so I decided to come up with a shawarma according to my technology, with my own highlights. Now I'm going to show it all, how it's all, well, how I cook it. Well, of course in shawarma that is one of the most important parts, but it happens on sale with pork shawarma. It happens with chicken. And as you know, where you buy shawarma, there they have such a special thing, and a grill, as it turns out. Well, I decided yes, so that everything was so delicious. I took a chicken breast, and decided to bake it on coals so that it was with smoke. That's what I'm doing right now. Here, now at the moment, I'm cutting the ingredients for a shawarma. That's how you see the Bulgarian pepper I cut finely. Yes, in my case, I cut everything finely. Here it turns out like cubes. Bulgarian pepper about. Immediately, I already know, of course, the result. I got 5 pieces of shawarma. I bought Armenian lavash, yes, and there are just 5 lavash there. And just these ingredients were enough for 5 pieces in principle, but according to my idea, it only turned out to be 2 pita bread, but something did not suit me in this shawarma. And then I'll tell you what didn't suit. That is, as if I say right away by gram, well, how many peppers take 2 large, or, as it were, 3 such medium Bulgarian peppers. I have 2 tomatoes, a little tomatoes were not enough, but then I'll tell you. Yes, I've already prepared it all, I've already realized that this is how I'm going to do it next time. It is here that I have already decided how I want, and how it will be convenient to eat this shawarma. In principle, I came up with it for convenience. And there is one such highlight appeared, a crispy tail, and then at the end of the video, you will understand why a crispy tail. So, I cut the onion, yes, 2 medium-sized onions, in short 3 bell peppers, just in case, well, take 3. 3 tomatoes are so medium. So then what I'm going to cut there now, let's see. Sauces. By the way, I decided to make the onion, how to say it, marinate, that is, I added balsamic vinegar, salt, black pepper there, and mixed it like this. Yes, by the way, I also had onions. I had enough onions for shawarma. The 5th was not enough. But I had other ingredients there, as if with enough for the 5th final shawarma. So that everything is as if normal or get. Now I'm going to tell you what the catch is. It would be easier to just do it like that, as if each shawarma would be homogeneous, well, with a homogeneous mass, so to speak. That is, in principle, it is necessary to mix this that I cut into one plate like a salad, right? But just leave the tomatoes here, because I used tomatoes there. Well, plastics. Here, mix everything else up, and it won't be confused anymore. Now here I am now cheese on a grater. Cheese is about necessary, but 250 grams is enough, well, with more than enough cheese. You can rub cheese on a kind of large or medium grater, and everything will be fine. This is Peking cabbage. Yes, it's soft. You can take such, well, ordinary cabbage, but for softness you can take Beijing. I don't use cucumbers. You can use your own recipe. Well, there are some who like carrots as if by. So that the carrot was not just like a carrot. Now I'm cutting dill, and carrots in Korean, well, so sharp. You see, my brisket has already baked. Now I'm going to chop it all up finely, which were such dried parts, I didn't cut it there. Purely like baked soft chicken meat. This is now I'm grinding it, crushing it so that it's so small, everything is fine. In the classic ones, well, you go to a shawarma, of course they don't get too small there. They cut it like that with such long thin slices. It turns out a chicken. Well, I've decided like this. What I wanted to tell you. Well, the catch. Oh yes, here. The next one is yes, now I'm showing you what ketchups I used. Well, I think cheese and garlic are mandatory. Barbecue somehow, this little red one didn't come to me. I came up with more cheese sauce and garlic sauce. Here. That is, it turns out to be such a trial, well, not that it's experimental. We ate everything with pleasure, delicious. There is a tasting on the Base Mushroom channel, where he tries one of these shawarma. You see, lavash, it kind of turns out, they are different, they are round. In this case my lavash is kind of oblong. I'm exactly right, I had an idea to make long ones. Long, but diameter. The first shawarma, I turned out to be well, too big, because I kind of poured all of each filling like that a little bit, yes. But it's a little bit, and it turned out to be thick. Then I somehow got used to it. This is somewhere the third or fourth. Here it is in diameter just the right thing. And next time I want to do this with the same pita bread, but I will cut this pita bread in half. That is, it will be shorter in length. Now look, I'm tying my tails, yes, with a string and in a baking tray. It's even in length, then you'll see, it doesn't even fit this one in the baking tray. Shawarma does not fit. It turns out as if the tails had to be bent up. But they are so crispy and baked it turns out. About this moment, I also thought I'd come up with something, just to wrap something like this, and have these crispy tails there. Again, by the way, here I have now, by the way, another thought has come. Tails are baked to make, and that's it, and some kind of stuffing. I'll think it over, then maybe I'll show you another version of lavash. What's nice, yes, that's when you get this shawarma, well, stupidly ready, but it has cooled down, and these tails are still crispy. But this is what I didn't like. This shawarma is that long, and so I put it on a baking sheet, and at the bottom, I sort of folded it exactly where this is. Lavash seems to find it. I thought that it would be baked under. Yes, it will bake under, but on the contrary, down there, as if the moisture had gone, and the bottom of the shawarma. It turned out to be moist, that is, as if it was like this, well, not so strong, it turned out to be, well, you know, soft. On top, yes, the crust turned out great, but somehow it didn't bake at the bottom. That is, I had to put it not in the middle of the oven, right now in the middle, but lower, so that it also baked at the bottom. And this crust turned out to be good. Here. And then it would certainly be cool. Well, try it, these are the moments, but in general, based on this experience, yes, it turned out delicious. All these tails are crispy on the sides, they are just so crispy, delicious there.